Are you done playing small? Are you frustrated with feeling stuck? Do you feel like you were meant for more, but you just don't know how to actually step into your purpose, step into your passion, and help people and help to transform this amazing, beautiful planet that we live on? If that is something that you're grappling with, then you are in the right place, because today we are going to look at methodology, strategies, mindset, and shifting your identity so you can actually step into your mission, your purpose, your passion, be the person you came here to be, make the difference that you came here to make. If that's something that is burning deep within your soul, then welcome. This is the arena that you should be playing in. So, what we do during these live tap and talks is we tap, we use emotional freedom technique. And while I'm talking, I'm going to go through some training bits and pieces today. So I don't always, but you may want to have a piece of paper just to jot some little notes down. But while we're doing that, what we do is we do this tapping technique, emotional freedom technique, incredibly transformational. This is transformation in real time. So if you are tapping with me while I am walking you through these frameworks or these concepts, and you are literally transforming your central nervous system. Wait, what? How does that work? I hear you ask. Well, because the acupressure points, you are stimulating the acupressure points. And even if you aren't focused on something specific, so if you're familiar with tapping, you normally have a target. And you get best results when you focus on a target, when you focus on a block or a physical pain or an emotional pain or a trauma or something that's going on in your life that is disruptive and causing you distress, whatever it might be. That is the best way to use tapping. However, just doing this actually does calm the central nervous system, and it does actually work in the background on things, that subconscious stuff that's going on in the background that you don't even realize is happening, because that's how the subconscious works, right? It's working 24/7 in the background, like this. It's almost like, what do they call it? Those, the programming, subliminal programming. So that's what's going on in the background. So while you're tapping, it's working on all the stuff that is not working for you and clearing it out, even if you're not focused on it. So that is why I'm doing these tap and talks. I've never seen anybody else operate like this before, and it is a powerful way to shift your life. I am on a mission to get as many people tapping as I possibly can, because this technique, man, is so transformational. If you're not familiar with my channel, go and check it out, because I have some really great tapping videos on here that will rock your world. So, and if you do appreciate my work, then please don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, kind of helps the algorithm. And if you want, if you have specific questions, please feel free to ask them if you want me to cover a specific topic in these live tap and talks, which I do twice a week. So let's get on with it, shall we? So, our identity beliefs are the most powerful beliefs that we have. So we know that it is our beliefs that ultimately drive our results. Whatever beliefs you have are the ultimate causation for the results that you experience in your life. And as you know, if you listen to me and others in this space, that our life is a holographic projection. Nothing actually exists in this world. Um, well, it's not that nothing exists. It's just that, sorry, I could hear me talking in the background. Um, it's just that everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. Nikola Tesla, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And your subconscious mind is like this projector. So you are projecting from your beliefs, from your thoughts, from your emotions, you are projecting onto the screen of your life your future experience. And your experience right now, today, that is yesterday's news. That is the result of the beliefs and the thoughts that you had yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that, right? And we are very much like we're on repeat. Our subconscious programming keeps us in these repetitive patterns. If you don't like the patterns and the results that you're getting, then you've got to actually break those patterns. You've got to break those habits. You've got to rewire your brain, and it doesn't have to be hard. This technique, simplest technique on the planet, if you're not using it every day, just a hint. You don't need to spend thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on rewiring your brain. You have this. So your identity beliefs are the most powerful of those beliefs, because you cannot behave in a way that is incongruent with your identity beliefs and your core values for an extended period of time. You just can't. You will default back to whatever your identity and whatever your core values tell you who you are. And a lot of our identity beliefs aren't actually who we truly are. They are formed from our environment, particularly from a very early age, those ages of 0 to 7. So the question is, I know if you're listening to this, you are here to change the damn world, baby. You are here to change the world. You are here to make a difference. You are here to transform lives. And we are in a moment in history which is unbelievable. You chose to be here at a time where humanity is making this transition from this where we were dominated by dark forces into a time of great light. The light that is pouring onto the planet at this time is incredible. And even though on the surface it may not look like it because it's chaos, this is what it looks like while it's happening. This is what it looks like while it's happening. Stop fighting what is. Fighting what is futile. What is. So ignore the chaos. Ignore the drama. Don't get drawn into the drama. Don't start taking sides. That's all. It's all theater. It's all theater. It's all meant as a distraction. Stop getting distracted. It's okay to be aware, pay attention to what's going on, but don't pick sides. Don't get drawn into the drama. And it will unfold and it's all perfect, okay? The light will win. The light will win. Seriously. And you're a part of that. If you're here listening to this, you are a part of that. So how do you break out of the old cycles of feeling small, of not getting the results that you want? And you know what? Every single person who has ever achieved wealth and success as a consequence of their own efforts, I'm not talking about rich kids who are born into privilege. I'm talking about those who forged a path, and as a consequence, they became really, really rich, right? They did it because they achieved that because they did something consequential. They changed something. They made an impact on people's lives in some way. Hopefully it was a positive way. And you can look at that across the spectrum. Every single self-made, wealthy and successful person has done something significant, consequential. They're known for something. And just a little aside, actually, I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook or any of those social media platforms anymore. They just do my head in. But somebody that I know on there said, "Where are my future millionaires and billionaires? How many streams of income do you have?" And these people were proudly going, "Oh, I've got 6, I've got 9, I've got," and I'm like, "Whoa, okay, wait, wait a second. If you know anything about millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, they do not, unless they're already in the 7, 8, 9-figure space, they focus on one thing. Focus. Follow one path until successful. Focus. And you've got to stay in a lane and you've got to focus on one thing, right? So that is really, really key. That is one of the major keys that if you pick nothing else up from this tapping session today, then that is something that is really key, is focusing on one path until you absolutely own that. And it is a machine. So you build a machine that is like it continues to produce before you even think about diversifying your focus and your energy and allowing anything else to draw your attention away. That's why a lot of people never achieve the wealth and success, is because they have shiny objectitis. Now, hands up. I'm guilty as charged. I have struggled with focus and shiny objectitis, but I'm aware of that and I manage that in a very specific way. And I'm going to help you to do the same thing, because if you don't, it's just going to destroy your efforts. Okay. So we've spoken about identity, know thyself, but know who you truly are. This isn't about the societal societal constructs or political ideologies that you've bought into because that's what you're surrounded by, or whatever it might be. This is who you truly are at the deepest level. The connection that you have to source, the light being that you are, the pure love, the peace, the joyful being that you are inside, the power that you have. I'm talking about that identity, not the other societal BS that you might feel aligned to. Okay. And know what your core values are, because they are really, really important. And your core values is basically what's most important to you. Again, go beyond the kind of divisive ideas that are being thrown around in the world today. Go way beyond that to, is it love? Is it spiritual connection? Is it family? Is it freedom? Because those are, they go above and beyond anything that might be a political ideology or some sort of societal belief or anything like that. Okay. So know thyself, know what your core values are. Now, in relation to making a difference in the world, and this is where I want you to forget about the money for a moment. Yes, I want you to be really, 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 really rich. Why? Not because I care about you living in fancy mansions or driving fancy cars. Don't give an SHIT, to be quite honest, how you live your life in that respect. I want you to be happy. I want you to be free to live life on your terms. What I care about is the impact that you have in the world, that you are living your mission, your purpose, that you are making a difference. Because the more people like you we have making a difference in the world, the better this world is. And if I get to live in a better world, I'm happy. So there is no virtue signaling here. It's all about me. I want you to be successful so I can live in a better world. Thank you very much. So it's forget about the money for a moment. What impact are you going to have? Because it is the impact that you have and how consequential you are to either a small group of people or a large group of people that will determine how wealthy you become. It is the value that you offer the marketplace that helps you to bring in the money. And yes, the law of attraction works in this context as well. But if you truly want to be rich, if you want to set yourself up for success, then think about what your gifts, your talents, your unconscious competence is, what difference you want to make in the world, what breaks your heart, what are you passionate about, what are your superpowers are your gifts, your talents, your unconscious competence, the experiences that you've had in on this planet and what you've learned as a consequence, the knowledge that you've acquired, the skills that you've developed, all of that you can package up into something that is incredibly valuable. And when you do what you love and love what you do, and you monetize that effectively, man, sky's the limit. And that's a rule. No limits on your income, zero limits on your income. There are models that you can do that really effectively and easily with that today. So you can expand your reach, your impact, and your income simultaneously. It's amazing what you can do when you know how to use the systems that we have available to us. Okay. And it's not about fighting the systems, it's about using the systems that we have available to us to actually create the kind of impact that we are able to make and to be able to be consequential and ultimately create that wealth. Okay. So, what is your unique value proposition to a world that is hungry for a solution to a problem? So, every single wealthy and successful person solves problems. Okay. So, you identify a problem that you are equipped to solve and you package up the solution to that you offer and then you market it effectively to a hungry crowd who wants what you've got. Now, obviously, there are skill sets involved in that. Start where you're at, use what you have, do what you can. All right, I'm going to break for a moment and I'm going to do a specific tapping on helping you to adopt an identity that is going to really help you to be unstoppable at achieving your vision, your goal, your dream, the impact that you're here to have, and the wealth that you can make. Are you ready for that? Okay, so I want you to start. Let's begin at the beginning. Start tapping on the inside of the eye. I choose to know. I am here to make an impact. I choose to know. I am here to make a difference. I am done playing small. I'm ready to leave my old identity behind. I refuse to accept playing small any longer. I am ready to become the person I need to be to make a positive difference in the world, to impact people's lives, to live my purpose, to achieve my mission. I choose to become the person I need to be to achieve my vision and my goal and live my mission and my purpose. I choose to stop playing small. I'm ready to leave my old small identity behind. I am done playing small. I'm choosing to play a much bigger game. I'm choosing to get out of my comfort zone. I'm choosing to break the old mold. I'm choosing to disrupt my old patterns. I'm choosing to get out of my own way. And I'm ready to become the person I need to be to live on purpose and to create wealth that fuels my mission, that helps me to make an even bigger difference and impact the world in a positive way as I use my gifts and my talents to help change the world. I know I'm here to change the world. I know I'm here to make a difference. And I am ready to rise and leave behind my old identity. I'm ready to become the person I need to be to achieve my mission, my vision, my goals, so I can make a positive difference and transform lives and help to make the world a better place. Because I am a change maker. I came here to make a difference. I came here to change the world. So I'm leaving behind the old, small version of me. And I'm stepping into my power. And I choose to be unstoppable at living my purpose and helping to change the world and make a positive difference. Okay, deep breath. And release it. Now, back to the tapping. So now, I'm meant to mention this, I usually mention this at the beginning of these tap and talks. This is flow tapping, I call it. So it's just continuous tapping. But if you're in a public place or you don't want to do it this way, you can always do this. I love this. It's just tapping on the meridian points on the sides of the fingers that are beside the cuticles of the nail bed on your fingers. Do this anywhere, anytime. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, you can do this. It's really effective and powerful. It's not as effective as this, but stimulating any meridians like that is going to have a positive impact. So let's get back to your unique value proposition. And then I'm going to give you a very specific framework, a 5-point framework to help to actually do something tangible with what I'm sharing with you today. So we're talking about problem solving. What are the outcomes that you help people to achieve in their lives? So what is your particular process or system or methodology or technique? And what are the outcomes that you provide for people? They don't care what you do. They don't care how you do it. What they care about is the outcome that you help them to achieve, period. What's in it for them? It's all they care about. So when you can message that effectively and cut through the noise, because damn, isn't there a lot of noise out there? A lot of noise. So when you can message that effectively, whew, game changer. And that's a part of marketing. So you need to kind of really learn more and get more skillful about marketing, or you need to invest in a really good marketer who can help you to dial that message in. So let's look at this 5-point framework. Okay. So there's 5 words I'm going to get you to write down in relation to this framework. So you can each time I talk about one, you can stop tapping for a moment and write it down and then come back to tapping. So the first one is mission. Okay, what's your mission? What's your purpose? Now, a lot of people get hung up on this. I don't know what my purpose is. Okay, just keep it simple. What do you feel that how could you feel that you could impact the world right here, right now? What breaks your heart? What difference do you want to make in the world? And like I keep saying, go beyond the distraction and the theater that we have unfolding at the moment. Go deeper, 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 deeper. So you can focus on applying your unique gifts and talents, your superpowers to a specific thing in the world that you can really make a positive difference in people's lives. And it's not about, there will be people who will really align with what your core values are. And once you're able to share those clearly, articulately, in a way that is, it really draws in your tribe, game changer, absolute game changer. So, identifying your mission, sit down and think about, what am I most passionate about? What do I see in the world that breaks my heart, that I feel drawn to making a real difference? The next one is your market. Who is your market? So, who are the people who are aligned with you, with your messaging, with your core values, your beliefs, and they're your people. Think about their psychographics and their demographics. So, their demographics are things like age, their religious beliefs, their whether they've got a family, not got a family, or maybe their family's left home. All of that is their demographics. What kind of things do they read? All that kind of stuff. Their psychographics, that is more about their belief systems and their values, all that kind of stuff. So that's their psychographics. Both are really important to get the next thing right, which is your messaging. So your messaging is so incredibly important. If you don't get that right, you will be shouting into the wilderness. Okay. So get your messaging right. Know what you stand for, know how to articulate it, have a core message that drives everything that you do. Okay. Model. So, what is the business model that you use? There's a gazillion business models. So, it's thinking about the industry that you're in. What is the most effective way to actually reach your target audience with your message at scale? At scale. Remember, one of the key laws that you need to follow is zero limits. Zero limits on your impact, zero limits on your income, zero limits on the growth that you can achieve through this business model. You got to start where you're at to start with, but you don't want to start with a business model that is capped. So, what's your business model? Is it one-on-one? Is it one-to-many? Is it something that you are? Is it DIY? So you can deliver something 24/7 and it doesn't need you. I don't recommend that business model anymore. It has a place, but I suggest that you do something that you're actually involved, because it's much more effective at getting the result. So what is the business model that you can do at scale to impact as many people as possible and make as much money as possible? You making money is important. You make more money, you make a bigger difference. It feeds itself. You want this machine to be feeding itself. And then the last thing, of course, not the least important, is mindset. Okay. So it's having that unstoppable mindset. It's clearing out those fears, those blocks, those limiting beliefs. How do I do that, I wonder? Tap, 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 tap. I'm obsessed with this technique for a reason. Seriously, it is so powerful and effective. And, sometimes it can take time to get to that root core block that you have. Uh, and that's why doing the work, and the work should be a way of life, not just something that you do every now and again. And I don't mean you wander around tapping all day, every day, but the work needs to be something that is a integrated into your daily life. And that could just be elevating your awareness and your consciousness, because your awareness is key. The more aware you are of your behaviors and whether they're supporting you or sabotaging you, the more chance and opportunity you have to be able to change those behaviors. So I'm going to wrap it up there today. I do hope that this has been helpful. If it has, do remember to like and subscribe and comment below. If you want something specific, please let me know what you want. Happy to help. And I'll be back here in a couple of days' time. So I'm just going to reiterate that framework, that 5-point framework. It is mission, message, market, mission, message, market, count, model, mindset. Message, market, model, mindset. You nail those, and that's a journey. Fall in love with the journey. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be messy AF. It's okay. That's the way it is. Fall in love with it. Fall in love with becoming the best and most powerful version of you. Fall in love with the work. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the unfolding. Fall in love with becoming the most powerful version of you and remembering who you truly are. Just fall in love with the whole lot, because what you resist persists. And if you fall in love with all of it, then you drop the resistance and you will progress so much more quickly. So, love you loads. I'll see you again in another Tap and Talk really soon.